then we will get started with the presentations for this evening. So we are so excited to have everyone joining us today, and feel free to pop in and out if you need to. The chat room is open on here, and you can ask questions in the chat. Since we have a pretty tight schedule this evening for our presentations, we just ask that if you have questions, you can put them in the chat, or if you would like to ask your question of the presenters, we are going to have some time at the end of the evening to ask questions to all the presenters. So, and also if you miss any presentations, if anyone could share the link for our website in the chat right now. If you check this website, probably by next week sometime, we will have uploaded the videos of all of the individual presentations, plus links to their slides. So thank you all for joining us. And as with anything in our, ever-changing world of 2021, we all just ask for everyone's flexibility and patience and grace as we move through our evening. So I think we are going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, I know we're going to be having people pop in and out throughout the evening, and that is totally fine. So just a couple of last minute housekeeping kinds of things on here is that we just ask that you stay muted during the presentations, and you can certainly use the chat to ask questions. So we are going to start off with a quick little overview of what this research class is. So hello everyone, my name is Jess Drass, and I am one of the professors here at the University of the Arts in Philadelphia in our art education graduate program. And so what this class is a class in research methods. And we may think that, oh, well, what is, teachers, are they going to be researchers? Well, listen, it's part of everything that we do. So just a quick little overview. We start off the class by taking a look at what are our preconceived notions of research coming in, and then start expanding our ideas of what could research be? How can we kind of think about different ways that research can be used? We look at research as this interplay between practice, theory, and our research studies, and how they inform each other and speak to each other. It's not a linear, it's really more of this dynamic process that informs each other. In here, we do a lot of looking around at different kinds of arts-based research methods. But really, we start off the semester by trying to find out and hone in these questions for ourselves of asking. So on the first day of class, all the students are asked, what do I want to know and what do I want to do with my work? Throughout the semester, students are in a continuous practice of visual journaling. So this is where they take their notes for class. This is where they write notes about what they're reading and researching. And so each week they submit an image from their visual journal along with 2 questions on the discussion board. And I have to say that this semester, these students really did an incredible job with that message board. And I think that in the beginning of the semester, it was that message board where so many ideas and conversations were happening. And it was really wonderful to see these topics develop into the amazing presentations that y'all are going to see tonight. So some of the different visual journaling practices, it's really just about kind of not just creating art for art's sake, but using art as a way to, as a method of inquiry, of finding things out and searching through the moment and what we're trying to take a look at. So just the overview of how each of the students got to where they are now. They start by looking at some already existing research and critiquing a research article. Then we talk about what is their philosophical orientation, and they create self-portraits as a researcher. They also create concept maps, and then they start looking at what's out there. And they put together their conference proposal, which is then peer reviewed among the class. And then we get to where we are tonight, which is the presentations. So they take a look at what are the basic philosophical assumptions. So we discuss what is the nature of ontology, what is the view of truth and reality, what are their views on epistemology, how do they acquire knowledge or learn, and then what is their axiology, their value systems. So in looking through all of this and utilizing a number of different kinds of arts-based research methods and then arts-based workshops in class and at home and through the virtual cyberspace in our hybrid 2021 world, they start pulling together their topics, like I said, that you will see tonight. So they map out their ideas. They take a look at how can they move from these ideas to problems and really examine what do they want to find out about those topics. Then they create their self-portraits as a researcher. So here's a couple examples. And then we take a really careful look at the ethical considerations and looking at who are the researchers, who are the stakeholders, who are the informants, who might benefit from this work, who might suffer from it, who's going to use it, who is paying for it. So just to clarify, we haven't really been doing research studies here. We're starting to build ideas and plant seeds and do all of that preliminary work tonight. And like I said, I think you'll be really, it's really interesting what we came up with. So this is our motto, our backbone. We're looking at deciding what we're going to study, why we want to study that, how that will be relevant to the field, then doing the work, and then looking at always asking this question of, so what? Why does it matter? Throughout the whole course, we do ongoing consultation, both through the students and that I meet with the students individually or in small groups to take a look at what their, keep their topics and as they're evolving. And then the bottom line is that, and this is what I want our audience to all look for tonight, is how our researchers are articulating their why. What receipts have they provided? How can we understand what methods they've used? And taking a look at what considerations are given to, reflexivity and knowing your audience and performing your research. So on that, I am going to just show, this is a quick overview of our schedule for tonight. I will introduce each presenter. They will share their slides with you. And like I said, feel free to use the chat to ask any questions. We will save some time at the end for questions. And for the audience, if you need to pop in and out of the Zoom tonight, that is totally fine. I will try my best to keep an eye on that waiting room and admitting people in. But also, if you check the website, starting next week, we should have the videos up and running. So without further ado,